First of all, to even get grandchildren, they had to raise you first, and that was a lot of work, I'm sure. So here's a question I hear pretty commonly from student parents, and I see as comments unanswered in other Montessori at home videos, perhaps because it's a little touchy, challenging one to answer, but I'm gonna do my best with it. Here we go. How should I handle grandparents and other relatives who overindulge my child with gifts? In some cases, very loving, very well-meaning grandparents will purchase a lot of toys, and sometimes they're not the sort of toys we would prefer the grandparent buy, and just the sheer volume of it can become really a nuisance or a problem for you, and there may just be so much of it that your child just doesn't really enjoy or notice it so much, and then that can lead to feelings of the grandparent not being appreciated. So what can we do about this? First of all, just lead with kindness and take a moment to appreciate the fact the grandparent is being so generous to your child, and have a little empathy to the grandparents' side of the situation. Generosity may stem from their own history. That could be their history as a child and not being able to have the things that they might have liked that they saw their friends having, right? And so they've worked hard their whole lives, they have the money they can do it with, and they want to be able to give their grandchild the things. Also, maybe they couldn't give you the things they wanted to give you, and so they want to be able to do that for their grandchildren, and sometimes they just might do it even more generously than we might appreciate it. Another reason might be they live far away and they don't get to see your child. They don't know what types of toys are their favorites, and so they buy more items hoping that they'll get it right with at least one of the items. Another reason might be that gift giving is their love language, and that's how they like to express their love in a tangible way that the child can touch as a reminder of their grandparents. And so because they love the child so much and want to express love so much, they may end up going a little overboard with gifts. And it's not even completely necessary that you know the reason exactly that they're buying so many gifts, but just acknowledging that they do have good reasons from their perspective and keeping that in mind. If you find yourself in the place where it's gone too far and you've got to take action and try to slow down the gobs of items coming into your house. The first thing I would do is ask the grandparent, hey, would it be helpful for you if Mary Beth and I sat down and made a list of things she wanted? And then do that and get the list to them so that they do have a better idea of what the child might like. They won't feel so compelled to buy more hoping they'll hit the target. Another thing you can do is have a conversation with the grandparent or other relative and say, you know, Trey is so loved. He just has a room full of toys. Everyone is so generous. And we're wondering this year if you consider getting him less material gifts and maybe having some more experiential gifts. One great idea one of my student families had was buying a zoo pass for the family, and then the grandparents would take the children sometimes, or they'd all go together. But money that might have been spent otherwise on toys was spent on fun experience with the grandparents, and I think that's a really cool one. And something I think would be helpful for the grandparents is to show them the physical limitations of your room. Take the grandma and grandpa upstairs, show them this is the shelf we have for toys, these are the 3 bins we have. And so we're just trying to bring less toys in so that Mary Beth or Trey don't have to make those kind of decisions so often about which toys to get rid of, because it's a lot of inventory for a little child to manage. You can show them, look, we've already got this great play kitchen set, we don't have room for a tool set and a grocery store set, and etc., etc. And I know you'll do this all graciously and humbly and in a place where you're appreciating their generosity and just helping the grandparent understand your physical boundaries and capacity to have more toys, because they're not mind readers, right? All right, are you a parent who's had successful conversations with grandparents around this topic? Please comment below. And grandparents, we'd love to hear your perspective on this topic too. So I hope to see you in the comments. Take care.